Hi, let's celebrate life today. We've been wearing those masks for so long, they're finally deciding that we can walk around without that mask over our mouth. So today I decided to put on my favorite color with my favorite mask. So it's Purple Day for me. And so today somebody is celebrating life. There's a baby being born in this world. There's someone saying, hey, I'm going to celebrate this special day because this is a day that my gift was brought into this world, and I am a type of person that wants to present the best. So I'm going to read some affirmations to you. I attract positive and happy people into my life. If that's something you want to do, make sure you're speaking that. My body is healthy, my mind is focused, my soul is calm. So speak life over yourself today. My life is full of love, gratitude, and forgiveness. You have to forgive. Even though people do things to us and hurt us, you need to let that go. So because it's hurting you on the inside. When you wake up with something that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, 20 years ago, that's hurting you. That's on the inside of you. You're replaying that thing in your mind, and that's not healthy for you. Your emotions will begin to cause you to be sad. Your emotion will begin to hinder you from going into that greater version of you. So make sure you let that thing go. Make sure you forgive that person for what they did. Now, I'm not saying you have to have them in your life or in your personal space, but let it go because it is hurting you. It's not hurting that other person. It is hurting you. So please take time to recognize things that are causing harm in your physical body. Every opportunity I pursue multiplies into greater opportunities. So if you want great opportunities, speak that over your life right now. Dress up in your favorite color. Put on your favorite shoes. Play your favorite music. Do what makes you happy. Because again, today, somebody was born today. A fresh new day filled with magical opportunities is in store for me. So speak life and what you want in your life. I expect fantastic things to happen to me every day. I am thankful. All my needs are supplied and comfortable. I am a being of love, and I let my light shine freely everywhere I go. Blissful miracles follow me everywhere, and I receive them with ease. Tap into abundance. Cherish your life every day. I am thankful for the wonderful nature around me and the chance to live in this incredible world. When you connect with positive, genuine, enthusiastic people, their vibration, energy make you feel as if you can take on the world. When you are your own source of light. Let me say that one again. You are your own source of light. That light begins in you. So a lot of things we have to fix on the inside. You can dress yourself up on the outside, but if the inside is hurting, it is gonna shine on the outside. So no matter what we put on, we must take care of the inside. And so today I'm choosing to speak life. What you feed will grow. Now keep in mind, whatever you feed, so if you're constantly talking about your problem, that problem is gonna stay with you. Now I'm gonna say that again. When you constantly talk about your problem, that problem will stay in your life. If you talk about your solution, just be patient and wait. So if you're struggling with patience, work on that. What you feed will grow. Love creates miracles, heal all wounds, and purify all lower energy. So you want to take your energy up so that you can feel good throughout your day. Again, somebody is celebrating life today. So you may say, I don't have nothing to celebrate. Where if you keep saying that type of thing coming out of your mouth, then that's exactly what you will have. But if you choose to change your situation, then speak life. Speak life. Water those plants. Water that self-love. Go within. Dress up. Put on your favorite color. Put on your favorite fragrance. Do something for you. You don't have to have a special person in your life. Because keep in mind, sometimes we want people in our lives, but we haven't fixed us. So if you bring someone into your life and you haven't fixed what you're dealing with, you're just going to chase that person right on back out the door because they're going to see that You choose not to change. You choose not to let go. You choose to hold on to things that are causing harm to you. You have to allow yourself to heal. And so when you allow yourself to heal and then you decide to put that special person in your life, you come together, you grow together. We're not meant to tear each other down. We're meant to lift each other up. We're meant to come together and add to each other. And then we grow as individuals and we grow as a couple. You grow as a marriage. You grow on your job as an employee. No matter what is going on around you, you have to make that decision to be a better version of you. Now, let me say that again. You need to make that decision to be a better version of you. So you're the only one that can go within. So whatever's hurting you on the inside, you have to make those necessary changes. And you have to begin to create an environment for you that's healthy. And you may say, Yolanda, all I have is a small space. Believe me, I know what it's like to have a small space. But again, you can take a small space and utilize whatever it is you utilize. And that light is within you. So wherever you go, that light will shine. So if it's a small space, big space, crowded space, that is your light. That is your light that you have to keep bright. So it's kind of like the battery in your car. If you let that battery drain, so everything is constantly running in that car and running and running. And if that battery gets low, that car will not start. Well, that's like you. If everything is draining you, if you're around negative things, if you won't let go, if you have unforgiveness in you, you're just going to drain yourself. If you keep putting things, if you keep saying things that are very hurtful to you, because remember, it's coming out of your mouth. Those are your emotions. That's your way of thinking. Those things will cause harm to you. So put on that special color. Wear that special mask. So take off that other mask that's been covering our mouth and hindering us from breathing good air. So breathe in good words. Love creates miracles, heal all wounds, and purify all lower energy. You want to lift your energy up just like your car battery. If you do not have a good battery in your car, that car will come to a stop. Nothing will work. The radio won't come on. Your lights won't come on. Your AC won't come on. Whatever powers that car, if you do not take care of it, it will drain. It will not go nowhere. Well, that is the same with you. You need to keep positive energy around you so you can keep going in life. Whatever direction you're choosing to go in, that is what power you. So make sure you speak in life. Peace is power. Peace is power. Peace, you have to keep peace around you. So whatever keeps you, I love reading. I love to be out in nature. I love a quiet time. So that is something that I require to have. Once that kind of depletes, I have to go back out and get that again and re-energize myself. So remember, peace is power. I'm happy to have zero debt. A lot of us are worrying about financial circumstances. Worrying about it is not going to change that situation. Now, let me say that again. Worrying about it will not change it. So you can begin to work on a solution. Remember, somebody has already mastered what you're struggling with. So there's so much available based through our technology. You can connect with people all around the world. So make sure you take time to do that. You know, a lot of us have our cell phones. You may say, hey, I don't have a cell phone. I don't have internet. Maybe you know someone that have it. And they can allow you to utilize your information. So maybe you can't access internet all day long, but maybe you have a friend that have it and you can write those things down. So sometimes you have to get back to writing. You may have to go to the library. You can go to Goodwill and look at their books until you're able to change your circumstances. I am feeling happy and strong today. I am feeling happy and strong today. Remember, speak what you want. Not what you don't have. Speak what you want. We all have a tendency to speak negative. We all have a tendency when we look at other people, we say, hey, I don't even like them shoes on her. Well, she liked those shoes. She put them on. She put them on for herself. So we have this habit, as soon as we look at people, we find something wrong. Well, today, choose today to find something right. No matter, don't say, hey, she's too big to put on that outfit. If she put that outfit on, she looks good. That's in her heart. She's entitled to put on what she wants to put on. So don't say, oh, she's so skinny. She's so thin. So all of us are not the same size. All of us are not built the same way. But one thing all of us do have in common, you can say things to a person and you can hurt them. And you can cause them to have so much pain that their whole day is shut down. They don't want to go outside. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want to go on social media. So be careful with your words. So all of us have emotional pain that can cause that little pinch, like almost like somebody stuck you with a pin. And that can cause a hurtful thing to that individual. So take time today and speak life. Take time to not look at a person and find something wrong, but look at that person and find something good about that person. So make sure you do that, and make sure you're speaking life over yourself, because it has to start with you first. So when you begin to love you, you'll be very careful what you say to other people. And so again, if you said something, apologize. Go back and write a letter to those, some people just don't want to have nothing to do with a person when they say things. So write a letter and apologize. And let that change your heart, because it has to come within. So if the person decides not to accept your apology, that's okay too. But you have to learn to just be very forgiving. You have to learn to say that, let me be careful with my words. Let me not say these things. One beautiful heart is more important than a million beautiful faces. One beautiful heart is more important than a beautiful face. So many people fix up the outside and they totally forget about their heart. Now keep in mind, if your heart stops beating, everything shuts down. So you need to take care of the heart. You need to love you. You need to eat right. You need to make sure the things that allow you to laugh and allow you to smile, continue to be around those things. Continue to be around people who love you right where you are, because you have to love yourself first. So please take care of your heart. Learn the language of your authentic self. So learn your love language. Let me say that again. Learn your love language. Learn to get up and speak love over yourself. Learn to speak life. Learn to get up in the morning and say, I am thankful for life. I am grateful I had a bed to sleep in. I am grateful for whatever it is. Don't look at what you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have. To create new outcomes, try new things. I am attracting unconditional love, abundance, high vibration, experience, and sacred connections. When you place your trust in your heart, you will grow. So don't always look at what you don't have. Try not to be focused on other people and pass judgment on them. So many people say, well, you shouldn't judge, you shouldn't do that. Well, there's a difference of coming up with a solution. So you may speak on a conversation pertaining to an individual and you're trying to come up with a solution. I get that. But sometimes some people speak things that are very hurtful and they intentionally do that. So you have to be careful not to do that, because you can change places with someone. And what I mean by that is whatever you do to others, it will come back your way. So you have to understand that what you're speaking out of your mouth, it will show back up in your life. So be very careful with your words. Learn not to say things that are hurtful. Let me share a little story with you. As part of my journey in life, my family, we used to go out and help the homeless. And a lot of the homeless people, they were sleeping on the street. So I would help with this church. It was called Church on the Street. So shout out to them, because they was always reaching out to people on the street. And they were always trying to help people who were struggling with drugs. So when we would go out and help, we were outdoors. So it could be a day where it's very hot. So sometimes you can complain about things, and then here these people, they have to sleep on the street. And so they don't have nothing to cool them down. So we would take water, food, things that they were able to take with them, because they moved around based off, their safety. So it was one particular person I met, and they really changed my outlook on homeless people. So this person, they were so highly intelligent. And what I mean by highly intelligent, they were so knowledgeable on life, and they were so knowledgeable on being able to survive no matter where you are. So this person, when I was talking to them, I was offering them water, and, they was like, hey, you guys, when you come down here, can you at least put this water in ice because, because we're living on the streets, we basically don't have no way to keep this cold. So I said, okay. So I start freezing the ice. So when I took it down there, so I just say, hey, we have places where you can go and wash up and, have a meal. And, if you need a home, there's organizations that can help you with that. And, he said, well, this is my home. And, it took me a while, and I was just like, well, what do you mean this is his home? He's living in the streets. So he said, let me tell you something. He said, I was in the corporate world. He said, I had the most beautiful home. I had, multitude of cars, BMWs, Mercedes. I had all the type of jewelry I could possibly, nice watches, nice gold chains. I ate at some of the finest restaurants. He said, yet I looked like I was free. He said, but on the inside, he didn't feel free. He said, but since he's been out on the streets, he said it was a circumstance where it took place, he lost everything. And when he lost everything, he lost his family. So sometimes when you lose your money, you lose everything, everybody just scatter. It's kind of like roaches when you turn the lights on, boom, they just scatter. So sometimes when you lose, when I say everything, when you lose your financial stability, when you lose your possessions, when you lose that, you literally see who really is your friend. So he said he lost his family, and in the process, he began to live on the street. He had to learn how to survive. So he had to shift from having material things and money and working a job. So he shifted to learning how to live on the street. And he said, this is the best freedom he could possibly have. Now, it took me a minute, and I was trying to figure out, well, how is this freedom? So he said, you are the one in bondage. He said, because every day you have to get up and be somewhere at a specific time. He said, you got to constantly pay bills. You are inside, indoors. You have created a platform where it keeps you inside. He said, with me, he said, I have the opportunity to move around. I'm outdoors. He said, yes, I have to look after my safety. He said, but you do too. He said, so many of you have car alarms, house alarm, you're carrying weapons. So he said, I have so much freedom down here. He said, this has been the best experience. So it was the best experience to him because he found freedom in that thing. He found freedom to be able to come and go. He wasn't on a time clock. He said, a lot of you, you talk about eating right, eating the proper food. He said, I live on the street. Sometimes I get a meal, sometimes I don't. He said, I'm not taking no special vitamins. I'm not taking no vegan diet. I'm not, restricting from eating meat. I'm not restricting from eating. I eat whatever I'm able to eat. I may go 4 days without eating. I may go 10 days without eating. He said, but yet I'm still here. And he said he actually has been living like that for 3 years. And he said he enjoyed being down there with the people who were so real to him. Now, let me say that again. He enjoyed being on the streets because the people he was around was so real compared to the people he was around in the corporate world. Now, I'm not trying to take away from people who are in the corporate world. I'm just telling you the experience. So I was so fascinated with this person. And, I realized some of the things that we say we have to have, somebody else had that, and they gave it up. And they also learned what love was. They also learned that no matter where you are, it's kind of like God saying, the birds in the air, if I take care of them, how much more would I take care of you? So be reminded today, somebody has less than what you have, but somebody choose to have that. And so you can choose to speak life. You can choose to change your circumstances. So, I really learned quite a bit helping with the homeless. I did that for probably about 3 years. It actually changed my life. I made sure I took my son down there. I wanted him to understand also that, sometimes you can think you have a lot and you really don't. And sometimes it'll cause you to appreciate what you have when you look at someone else's circumstances. So, you have to understand that being homeless, them living on the street, they have to survive in the winter. They have to survive in the summertime. So some of us are like complaining and say, hey, man, but keep in mind, some of us have chose to surround ourselves with the possessions that we have. Some of us have chose to buy that house, and then in the process, you're struggling. You emotionally are having a hard time. Some people have chose relationships that are not healthy for them. And so here this man has said, I meet different people from all around the world, and all of us live on the street. And some of us are in relationships that are causing more harm. You can't grow from it. You're just slowly deteriorating. So you finding it very difficult. So I found it to be a peaceful thing, working with the homeless people. And actually, they encouraged me. So I made it a point to make sure I took things down there, whether it was socks, toothpaste, things that they could easily carry around. And the organization that I would help, they would bag up food, clothing. And, some of the people, they would take the clothing, and some of the people say, hey, she's taking them clothes and selling them. And I say, hey, sometimes that's what you got to do to survive. She may have to sell those clothes to pay her light bill. So people have to do what they got to do. So that's why I say don't look at people and pass judgment on them, because you never know their circumstances. You never know the pain that they had to deal with, and you don't know the pain that they are dealing with. So speak life over people today. So today, take the time to speak life. Today, whatever it takes for you to shine, whatever it takes for you to say, you know what, let me go out and help somebody today. Let me help somebody I don't know. So I always make sure that that's something I take time to do, is help somebody I don't know. Because, a lot of people we always help, sometimes, they have so much that they, when you give them a gift, they look at it like, what's this? So they don't even appreciate that was your hard-earned money, or that was something you took time out of your day and went shopping to get for this person. And then you give it to somebody else, and man, they just treasure that thing. The next time you see them, they got that scarf around their neck. I met homeless people. They didn't even know what size shoes that that their feet was. So, be thankful. Don't lose sight on what's valuable. Don't forget to say, don't go around saying, hey, I don't have this and I don't have that, or you looking at somebody else's situation. So just because somebody have a nice car or a nice home, that doesn't mean they're happy. Now let me say that again. And I want you to resonate on that thing. Because there's a lot of people we know in Hollywood, they have been married multitudes. They got the beautiful home, they got all the cars, they've been married to different actors, and it did not work out for them. So somewhere along the line, you got to step back and say, let me not just be doing this because everybody else is doing it. Let me do what makes me happy. And so making you happy may be working out in your garden. Making you happy, you may be loved to be around children. Making you happy, you may say, man, it is a beautiful day out. And you learn to appreciate just walking, just taking a walk, taking a hike, getting out in nature. You may love to collect rocks. You may love to collect stones. I love my plants. So whatever causes you to be a better version of you, take time out. Love yourself. And be able to be someone that when somebody passed by you, they just turn around looking like, wow, man, look at that light on her. She is glowing. So that is that inner you. So sometimes we don't even have to say nothing. A person just look and say, wow, man, I just felt that energy come off of her. She just seemed like she got it all together. And just because a person don't dress the way you want them to dress, or they don't wear their hair the way you want them to wear, we all have a unique style about us. So our style makes us happy. So don't criticize somebody just because their clothes is not designer clothes, or they don't have a name brand car, or they don't have name brand shoes. So let that person choose to be that better version of them. So let your light shine and let that person's light shine. So as always, I wish you nothing but great success. I wish you nothing but happiness. But most of all, love yourself. Go within so that it can shine without. So again, get your degree. Like I said, I got my degree in loving me. So let this day be a day of love. So love and peace. I'm out.